Hello, everybody. Welcome to the fall 2021 8-week section for me of Music 104, Rock Music History and Appreciation. My name is Shane Cadman. You are welcome to call me Shane. I am fine with that. You can call me Professor Cadman. You don't need to. Mr. Cadman's my dad. Don't call me Dr. Cadman because I don't have a doctorate, so that wouldn't be ethical. But I want to welcome you to the class. I'm excited. It'll be a fun one. This video is really to set up the context of the class overall and let you know what to expect, what's going on. I will say right off the bat that because this is an 8-week class, that means you've got a full semester's worth of material in half the time. That means good news, bad news. Good news, you get it done in 8 instead of 16 weeks. But that means that the work's going to go by more quickly. Now, the other upshot is that you don't have as much time to slack off. So it's going to move fast. You're going to have 2 to 3 chapters a week that you're going to need to go through. There's going to be all sorts of assignments and different things to make sure that you're learning the information. So just get that frame of mind going on. If you're taking a ton of units right now, like if you're taking 15 units and you're thinking maybe even 12 and you're thinking, I'm just going to add this one more on, it'll be fine. Remember that it's a lot of work. So this isn't a race. I say this all the time about school. It's not a race. It doesn't matter whether you graduate at 20 or 22 or 24. You got work on the other side of this. So don't worry about hurrying up, trying to get out, all that good stuff. I do want to talk a little bit about some of the assignments and the different things that are the components of this class so that you know what to expect. I set this class up with a pretty regular schedule so that you can expect, for the most part, the same things at the same times week after week. Now, I do want to start off by letting you know the book that I use in this class is Rock Music Styles by Katherine Charlton. There you go. And I will say that the materials are very closely connected to the book. And the online materials work as a way to reinforce that and augment that. So do you need the book to pass the class? Yeah, I probably do. I'm going to be grading assignments based upon material from the book. So I can tell when, you're kind of winging it or you're trying to just look things up on Wikipedia or other sites and, some obscure Russian sites on the dark web. But I chose the book for a reason. You can rent the book. You can get an electronic version of the book and rent it for the time that you need it very, very affordably. I do think it's important to have a certain level of skin in the game, but whatever you need to do, they do have it at the library as well. So that is an option. I'm not one of those professors that assigns books just to assign books. So it's connected. I want you to learn it. You can, get it used, all the usual options. They have it through the Hawk Bookstore. It's also on Amazon. There's other places you can find it. But I do want to make sure that you have that. I did send out the early emails. You should have all gotten those, explaining all of that and what to expect. So that's step number 1 is get the book and have it. So you should be able to do a great job in this class. You should be able to get a B or an A easy if you do the reading, do the online materials, do the work and all of that, and don't plagiarize. I'm going to just put that right here up front because every semester, I always thought, please let this be the semester that it's never an issue. And every semester it comes up at one point. So I've got some information on in the modules, in Canvas, on plagiarism and what that is in case you don't know. But if you're copying and pasting from other sites, that's plagiarism. If you're not citing sources, that's plagiarism. So anytime that you are trying to pass off work that is not yours as yours, you are plagiarizing. If you get caught plagiarizing, you get a 0 on the assignment. If you get caught a second time, I will report you to the college. You'll be dropped from the class, which if you probably get an F in the class. So let's just avoid that and let's just do the work. You're here to learn. You're not here to, let me say this too. I said it's not a race. It's also not about the GPA unless you're going to grad school. So I know there's been a lot of pressure, especially for those of you that are in high school and you think that the success of your life hinges on that. It really doesn't as much as you think it does. So, and in fact, here's the thing, probably a lot of you don't know, if there's any high schoolers in here, if you go to community college before you go to a four-year college, and even a lot of four-year colleges aren't even requiring SATs and ACTs anymore. But if you go to, say, community college for a year or two, you're considered a transfer student, and the admissions process is different for you and doesn't require some of the same things. So, get the book. Now, what are some of the other assignments that you're going to have? There's an orientation module, and then there's 19 chapters that you're going to be going through. You will have a quiz for every one of those. So there are 20 quizzes. Those are small points. It's really to help you kind of frame it, think about the material, see what you're learning. At the beginning of every week, on every Monday, there's going to be a video posted. It's a welcome to the week. And in that video, I am going to set up the context for the class. It's not a lecture per se, but I am going to cover topics. I'm going to help you to try to focus on areas that you should focus on, paint a broad picture before you get into that. And I use a thing called PlayPosit, which I embed questions into the videos that will pop up periodically that you have to answer, that for the most part relate to what I'm saying in the video. And I don't reuse videos. They're made new every time. So you need to watch the video from beginning to end, because sometimes at the end of the video, a question will pop up to say, hey, what I said earlier in the video, which of these is what I said? And there'll be a multiple choice thing. So those are actual assignments. I used to do it a different way, and a lot of people weren't watching them. And so this is a way to try to get you to do that, because it matters. It's important stuff. So you're going to have that. Your materials every week will open on Monday morning at 8 a.m. This is an asynchronous online class, meaning that we don't have any interactions. There's no Zoom meetings. I will say that Monday night, October 18th, so I don't know when you're watching this, so I have to say it that way. Monday night, October 18th from 7 to 8, I will be live in ConferZoom, which is like Zoom that's built through Canvas. You can see it in your links from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Here, Pacific Standard Time, Daylight Saving Time, so that if you want to check in and say, hey, this isn't required, but if you have questions, if you want anything answered, you just want to connect, I will be live. You can just pop in, do whatever you need to do, but there's no points connected to it. You are not obligated in any way to do it. I just want to make myself available. You can always reach out to me in Canvas. That's the best way to get a hold of me. I do provide my college email address and all of that, but messaging me in Canvas is the best way to get a hold of me. I tell folks that my goal is to always get back to you within 24 hours. The reality is I'll probably get back to you within a couple of hours at the most of the time, unless something's going on. So back to materials. Monday morning, these videos come up 8 o'clock. The materials open up at 8 o'clock. There will be, I restructure it for this class a little bit. There is a quiz at the end of each chapter that will open also on Monday at 8 o'clock. I don't normally like to do it this way. I have assignment modules as well, but I try to do it in a way that works for all of you. And for this 8-week class, and even when I teach it in a 4-week class, this is the way to make it work the best. So there's a quiz to every chapter. Every week you're going to have a discussion. I will provide a topic. Sometimes there's two and you have to pick that one of the two. There will be a class discussion. You're broken into groups, and you will answer my prompt, which is based upon the materials. So you need to go through the materials. My suggestion is to get through them early in the week. Again, it's asynchronous, so you control your time. All I do is try to help you balance your time. So the assignments, other than the quizzes, will open on Tuesday mornings at 8 o'clock. So that gives you, ideally, in a perfect world, you'd have gone through stuff on Monday, Tuesday, whatever. Your initial discussion reply is due each Thursday by noon. And I do this because I also want time for you to be able to reply. So it helps me to keep you on a time schedule and to keep you disciplined. I will tell you right now that one of the most important keys to success in life is good time management. And so, I do my job to help you be able to do that. So your discussion, your initial posts are due by Thursday at noon. I do accept them late, but there are points stocked down for that. and then you have to reply to 2 other posts, and that's due Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. So that's the other like big date and day and time is Sunday night. Those are when things are due. Your quizzes are due by then. Your discussion is due by then. Your reflection observation. So your discussion and then your reflection observation assignments are basically me giving you a topic. And what I want to know is what you learned from the materials. I don't want to know what you can copy and paste from some other place. I want you to be able to tell me what you learned in your own words. Between the book and the materials online, you have everything that you need to know. There are articles that are shared online. There are videos that are shared online. I always want you to use songs and artists as examples to help make your case on why you feel a certain way about a certain thing, and really kind of flesh it out. But you have everything that you need within there that will give me an answer, that could give me an answer that you could earn an A. Okay, so you could get full points. There's one of those every week, discussion every week, reflection observation every week. And in this class, each of those are worth 50 points. You'll see in the syllabus or in the assignment descriptions how they work. I put the explanation for your reflection observations. I want you to copy and paste your topic at the very top. I do that for you more than for me. I know what the topics are, but I want you to read it one time. So I really want you, when you do those assignments, to read and understand what's being asked of you. And if you are not sure, reach out to me. Message me in Canvas and say, hey, I'm about to start this thing, but I'm not sure if I have the right angle on this. Am I looking at this right? I'm not going to read a written thing and pre-grade it for you, but if I'll let you know, hey, yeah, you're on the right track, or no, you're not on the right track. I think that they're all pretty self-explanatory. So you'll have that. You do have a concert report that you're going to need to do during this class, and that is an online concert. I'd love to get us all back to where everyone's going places, but things are still a little weird and in flux with COVID and all of that. So it must be online. I don't want you going to a live concert for this assignment. Can you go to live concerts? Certainly. But I want you to do it this way because I want to make it fair and level for everybody. If you're not sure if a particular concert counts, ask me before you do it. It needs to be rock, pop, country, rap, whatever. No DJs, no tribute bands. Okay, so that's what I want to do. I do give you a starting point of a YouTube link of a bunch of concerts. You don't have to pick a concert from there. You can do YouTube, Vimeo, whatever. But if you're not sure if it counts, then reach out to me. There is an assignment. Follow that through. There is a rubric. Make sure that you're checking that out, and so that there's no surprises of what's going on. Then there are 3 main tests. So I don't do midterm final. What I do is test 1, test 2, test 3. So that means less material for you to have to try to remember. It is largely drawn from the quizzes and other assignments. So by the time you get to those, you should be good. Although there is a listening portion of that as well. And that's another thing that is important in this class. It's a music class. It's about music. I have built Spotify playlists for every chapter. So if you don't have a Spotify account, sign up for one. It's free. I pay for it, and I'm an advocate of paying for it just because it pays better royalties to the artists, but you can get it for free. And so make sure that you sign up for that. When you go into each chapter, find that playlist, hit play. They're all embedded in Canvas so that you can get the sound of the music in your head, because I will ask you questions about the music itself. So don't think of it as there's a text in their music. The text is about the music, right? That's the whole point of this class. It's rock music history and appreciation. We're going to go back before rock and roll to blues and jazz and folk music, through Tin Pan Alley to rhythm and blues. We'll hit rock and roll, which is in the 50s. Then we'll hit, the British Invasion and pop and Teen Idol pop and soul and Motown and all the way up. And I really try to get us to at least MTV. There's no way that we could cover everything. In a perfect world, I'd divide this into 2 semesters and take the first one up to maybe 1970 and then the second half 70 on. But this is the way that it is right now. So I think that explains everything that you need to know for this class. I know that that's a bit long, but normally I would be saying this, in front of you if it were a face-to-face class. Again, if you have questions, please reach out. Set the time aside. I do have things in there on how to manage time well so that you can be successful in class. And the good thing is that these techniques will carry on into life. So these are great things to have for you to move on and be successful throughout your life. And the sooner that you ingrain these habits, the better off that you'll be. So that's it for now. I'm glad you're in the class, and it's going to be a good one. Again, remember, it moves quickly. So get set, and we'll talk again soon.